If I were smart, I would have already had this tripod set up, all that good stuff, but I'm gonna be splitting some logs. So, see where this goes. Get all set up. Ah! If I was smart, I would have some kind of song that I'd actually sing while I was getting this set up. I would have set this up in advance. But no, I'm just like, hey, let's do this right now. Tell you what, while I'm setting up, you guys can set right there. That'd be a lot better. Okay. And then we'll get that one. Make this a little bit more level. Let's see how bad it is. There. Let's see if that's good enough. How's my audio? That's the real question. Are we 5x5? That's almost like with that. Humble 33, shalom. All right. Let's see if that holds. All right, there we go. That may actually do the do. Good audio breaking up here and there. Okay, well, this one's not necessarily about having the best audio. This one's more about splitting wood. So, okay, I can live with that. Oh, hey, look, he was nice enough to leave me a wedge in case I need it. TQ on hand, ankle kit there. So, let's see where this goes. I used to do this every Thanksgiving. There we go. There's one. There's another. There's one. Let's see if I can do that. There it is. It always looks good on camera when that happens, but it's just inconvenient. Because you have to bend over, pick it up, spin it around. And yes, I have a pink splitting maul. Judge me. There we go, 3 pieces. That always makes it nice. That one's almost a bit long. Let's do right there. That one. There we go. All right. Last time I did this, I had like I don't know, maybe 100 subscribers. So we'll see if a whole slew of subscribers this go round actually makes this worthwhile. And in case you guys are wondering, some of this is for me, some of this is for people I love. So, well, I guess all of it is for people I love, and then some for me too. But it's like, no, 12C, use the log splitter that's right there. Now, I just want to be young and dumb for a little while and enjoy the free testosterone of splitting some firewood. Maybe get that one in half. There. All right, let's see who's here. Sauce and Shalom. Cool, 17 people. Yeah, day of prep. I'm out here playing on the wood pile. Oh, this will be easy. All right. Well, I say that, and then Maul gets stuck on the first swing. Let's run it up that way. Okay. Oh, there we go. That's pretty. Oh, look at that. Look at all that on the inside. Isn't that just nice? There. You're gonna call that tree rot. Oh. First live stream I did of this, I don't know, back when I had like 12 subscribers. No, because I couldn't live stream. I think it was like 52. I did a live stream on this, and all I had was elm. And if you've ever split elm, it's like really annoying. All right. Oh, let's do this one. Okay. I'll move you right here. Let's take the hood off. Maybe you guys can hear me marginally better. And then, okay. There's that one. Oh. All right. Oh. Oh. But yeah, I meant to do this earlier this year, didn't have time. Doing it now, which now is better than never, I guess. And also, I need the watch hours. So, all right, this one's about to have a really dramatic split. About to get some firewood out of this one. Ah, there we go. All right. Let's see what we can get out of you. There we go. Okay. Split you this way. Well, you might actually fit in the wood stove. There we go. All right. Butterfingers. Oh no. There we go. Whee. All right. Wood pile. Oh, so I went and paid my property taxes today, and I went up to the lady behind the counter. I was like, hey, I'm here to pay my property taxes. And actually, that's not how I worded it. I went up and I was like, hey, I'm here to pay my extortion fee. And she's like, what? I'm like, I'm here to pay my extortion fee. She's like, you don't do that here. I was like, yeah, you do. She's like, we take property taxes. I was like, no, it's extortion. And she's like, no, it's not. I'm like, yeah, it is. It's extortion. And she's like, how is it extortion? I'm like, okay, well, what happens if I don't pay? Well, then we send you a letter in the mail. Like, okay, and what happens if I burn that letter? She's like, well, then I guess we send you another letter in the mail a month or two later. Like, okay, and what happens if I put that in the shredder? She's like, well, then I guess when you get pulled over for speeding or something, then a police officer. I was like, ah, what does a police officer do? She's like, well, I guess he arrests you. I was like, so he puts me in bracelets that I don't want to wear, takes me someplace I don't want to go, and won't let me leave unless I pay money, right? Yeah, that's extortion. She's like, just pay the money. I was like, yeah, I know. That's what I'm here for. She's like, well, what would you rather do? And I was like, well, maybe violent revolution, but I kind of like my neighbors, so I don't know that I really like that option either. I guess I'll just pay it because you guys are nicer than Al Capone. So no, that one doesn't need to be split. There we go. Yay! can get one more out of that one. There it is. All right, and let's see if I can nip the tip off of this one. All right. Let's see. Yeah, if I wanted more views, maybe I should have done that on camera. But hey, 18 of you guys are here. Matt Bear, ASMR Wood, yeah. Humble 33's still hanging out. Cool. Got people. All right. Briefly.
Don't wear yourself out at that.
I might. This one might be fun. Thank you for the wedge.
You got to watch them wedges once in a while. You get them started and then they'll bounce out.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
All right. Go right there. Hey, that one actually split. I was saying that knot right there was gonna be a little more trouble. Let's see if I can get one more out of that. That big old knot.
Well, be careful.
I will.
I'm not sure how long I'll be gone, probably an hour and a half.
Okay. I'll probably be done by then.
Yeah. If I was you, I would be.
Yeah.
I used to be young and dumb and do that kind of stuff, and now I regret it.
Yeah, well, one of these days I'm not going to be young anymore.
Well, that's true too.
I'm young and dumb right now, and one of these days I won't be young.
I guess what I'm trying to say is I used to think I was bulletproof too.
Yeah.
As I got older now, I'm wishing I wouldn't have been quite so bulletproof.
It's starting to wear off.
Yeah. Okay. See you later.
Drive safe. There it is. Oh, but you're not supposed to use a splitting maul like that. I don't care. You're supposed to go with the grain. I don't care. Look at that one. That's a very pretty. Oh, you're so pretty. All right. Now that people who I don't necessarily want to put on camera are not running around. All right. All right. Let's see if we can do this one. All right. Here's the real kicker, is getting this one up there. I think I can do it. Oh, that's a big boy. All right, there's that one. Whew. I mean, that's that in diameter. So, see how many of this goes. You guys can get a little pool going in the chat if you want. Let's see. Who we got? Kermode, shalom. Good to see you here. 25 people. Humble, I don't know, 7 swings. That is very ambitious of you. Humble 33, I don't know that I'm making it look easy. It's just the last like 3 or 4 were really dry. So this one is sopping wet. So we'll see what this one does. Kermode, now you make me actually want to try and do it in 7 swings. Yeah, okay. Let's see what this one's made of. Ugh. There's one. It's actually a really pretty crack. Oh, that's nice. Go this way. Ooh, I like that one. Yeah, I know that looked really impressive, but now I have to pick it up. So that's kind of the annoying part. Oh. Okay. It just has all this nice green rot in it. Oh. There, that's less that I have to pick up. Yeah. And this one has boogs in it. Tree rot. And you're full of boogs. Ugh. There it is. Hey, that one already mostly split. Okay. There's that. All right. All right, I think most of my mods will know this, but Mrs. 12th C was asking me what's the difference between an axe and a splitting maul. So an axe does not have these wedges right here. It would just be a profile all the way down, and it would actually be more narrow than this is. But a splitting maul usually has a more of a hammer end on the back, and then has these wedges right there. Is that, I mean, that's that wide. So in case you didn't know, you know, the more you know. I hear you, Ethel. Ugh. Hey, look at that. All right. Ooh, it's a pretty little crack down there. Right in between two knots. There we go. There we go. And then okay. Well, that was all right. I don't feel so bad because I see 2 knots in that right now. All right. All right, let's see. I need the nip tips on this one. And that one. And this one probably should be done too. Speaking of nipping tips, you guys can go watch my study on circumcision when this is over. Okay, so mild channel updates for what it's worth. Abomination study is going well. I will be making a new spreadsheet specifically for the Abomination of Desolation. And we can all use it as a checklist for tracking if something that's happening is in the pattern of the Abomination of Desolation spoken of by the prophet Daniel. Because, you know, checklists, why not? I have a short, and by short I mean less than 2 hour video on Abomination study dropping in like 2 weeks. And that one is more of like covering research method than anything else. Because some of you guys have been all like, whoa, this is like a ton of work that you did. It's like, well, yeah, it is, but like, I'm gonna break it down Barney style, how you can do it too. And you know, it's just like eating a giraffe one piece at a time. That's really what's key with that. So that video will drop in a couple of weeks. Abomination of Desolation video. I will be shocked if that one's ready for release by the end of January, because I've got all of the passages flagged, but I have to actually make the spreadsheet for that one, and that whole video will be just like going over like each instance of a possible Abomination of Desolation and like does it check boxes or not on that spreadsheet. Now those can go on the pile. Those are an appropriate size to be burned. This one needs nip the tip. So after that Abomination of Desolation video drops, there'll probably be like 3 more videos in that Abominations series. There will probably be a Q&A. There will probably be like just a me tying up loose ends. Like maybe like, hey, these were some interesting findings, but they didn't really deserve their own video. And then there will be like a final conclusions. Like, this is what I learned and this is what you should walk away with this series from. So if you haven't been following my Abomination series, you should. Like, I highly recommend going. One of my mods, if y'all want to drop it in the playlist or drop it in the chat. Dano, shalom. But yeah, one of the mods, if y'all want to drop the Abomination playlist in this chat, just so that way some of the peeps who are hanging out right now, because we got a whopping 27 people. That's cool. I think this is one of the, from here. Just trying not to get crushed by that one when I pull it down. There's part of me that wants to know how heavy some of these rounds are, and then other parts of me that's like, I might find out that they're not as heavy as I think they are. So just leave it up to the imagination. I mean, that one's about half the length, so it's there. All right, let's see who can guess how many this one will take. 1, 2. Oh, there's a good one. That's 3. That's 4. And we have our first sectional off. 5. 6. And it's in half. Which is, you know, all cool. That's a lot of ants. It's like a nest of carpenter ants. there's okay, so I watched a very interesting movie recently on YouTube for free. It's called The Game. It is rated R for those of you who have affinities to watching rated R movies. Just be aware. There's some language, a little bit of violence, but nothing like horrifically. I mean, as compared to modern R-rated movies, this one's relatively tame. It came out in '97, so you know it might have gotten a PG-13 rating if it was released today. But dude, and it's the same actor. His name escapes me, but it's the same actor in Falling Down. But he's like a gazillionaire, and he is signed up for this game that like it's unique for everybody, and the game is supposed to like you leave having like a renewed purpose in life, basically. And it was a very wild ride. Very, very wild ride. I'll not do a spoiler review because otherwise you won't get to experience it for the first time. So, but yeah, if you're looking for something more entertaining to watch than some dude who reads very obscure passages from the Bible and does push-up videos like all the time, which by the way, a whole slew of push-up videos are dropping. But yeah, you need something to watch in the background that's not my content. The Game, it's on YouTube for free right now. It was a pretty wild movie. I liked it. All right. Need to see if we can get this one real quick. There we go. Here it is. Okay, now for the other half. And I don't think this was a true half, but all right. Those games are actually real, but usually much more not. Game with Michael Douglas. Yes, that's who it was. Michael Douglas. Yeah, let's see. Did anybody... Okay, thank you for dropping the Abomination playlist, Kermode. All right, we're 40 minutes deep and only 11 people watching. So let's see if we can... There we go. Got a knot right there. Someone's running a chainsaw way over that way. That's an appropriate size. Yeah, that's fine. I think I can get one more out of that one. There it is. Okay. Let's do 3 more. Yeah. An old tire for that chopping block. Yeah, probably. But getting the old tire, it just makes it so much not fun. Okay. Let's see here. Which one do I want? I won't. If I take that down, I might knock the tripod over. You only live once. There we go. All right. And then let's go this one. This one's a lot wider at the bottom because this was definitely a junction. I think I have this one upside down. Let's see. Place your bets, place your bets, place your bets. Across the top, that's only, that distance right there. But at the bottom, I think it's almost double that. 1. Two. Oh, we're stuck. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. That's a little more promising. 9. There we go. 10. That was satisfying. This was like really satisfying. All right, my headphones just died. Can you still hear me? How's the audio? We 5x5? Not 5x5? Am I just yak jawing now and no one can hear me? That's the real question. How's that audio? Somebody sounding 5x5 cool. Thanks, Dano. I appreciate you. All right. All right, who we got there? Yeah, that's the other half. Cool. All right, 9 people. We're dropping off. It's probably because I'm going slower. It's not as cool having the ASMR. Ugh. That was a more satisfying sound. There we go. All right. Okay. Let's do that. One more. I think one really good one, and I'll have it, maybe 2, but let's try and do this in one solid one. Ah! That was actually effort. You can go over the bug pile. Yeah. So, wood grain here, not grain there. You can go on the bug pile. Okay. Let's see if we can get a couple little slivers out of that one. Ugh. I think I'm gonna need the rescue maul. I can hear it. It wants to crack. Come on. Come on. I know you want to crack. See if that helped dent you any. Hello, doggy. There's a tiny sliver that come off you. There's something to show for it. Low battery. I hear you. All right, let's see if we can do this. Ah, ha, 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 ha. You're mine now. Shot put. All right. Just over an hour. Yeah, I know, victory. See if I can do a couple more real quick. I'll probably call it, just because I have things to do. All right. You know, 12C, if you knew what you were doing, you would have just stacked all the ones that were like that. Yeah, I know. I'm not picking necessarily the easy ones all the time. I kind of want some that are going to give me some effort. But you have a lock splitter right there. I know. Just, you go split some firewood. We can't. We're just the voices inside your head. I understand that. That's why you came out here with me. All right. That could have been bad. There it is. All right. All right, let's see. Probably this one. Yeah, that's good enough. Yeah, that can go. That can go. All right. So OPSEC real quick. All right, so this pile down here, not this stuff, but this stuff down here is everything, and then half of that. So that's, it's not running down. All right. Anyway, thanks for hanging out, all 2 of you who are left. Shabbat Shalom to everybody who keeps Torah, and even if you don't, check it out sometime. Go do hard things.